I don't know why DeRosa suggested me of all people.
Well, it's a big ship, but it's to my understanding you and dude ain't talking.
We're still talking.
Just once on an occasion?
It's nothing personal.
Sure about that?
We're on the same ship. It's just... the respect has a lack thereof. The courtesy is real, but he doesn't listen.
We are.
How serious are we about this? Unanimously.
Dead set.
We ain't ready to die, but we know and accept the risks.
You know a muscle named MO?
Wasn't that Nozzle, homie?
The Den of Thieves.
Well, if we're going to pull this off, we have to start from the ground level up.
We got a 20.
He got a joint up on the lower west side.
Pull up the coordinates. That's where we're gonna start.
To say that they are slave ships is a bit of a proportion you don't seem to have no problem blowing up. They're not spaceships, Nozzle. They're slave ships, formed like the old space shuttles, in the same form of the cargo that transports captives without their consent, which is why we gotta cut it off. One night when Raina was out on a mission, she got into a fight with Johnny Caesar, who was employed to secure a cargo filled with traffic victims. Now, what I can't understand is how long this traffic scenario has been in play.
So you think there's a connection?
It's gotta be, because Raina made a deal with Futurity, and now slave trafficking is a mass business. Does any of this make sense to you? Well, it probably is, because it's not just the Dome Hub we dealing with. It's systemic. Do you blame Russell?
For some of it.
He was just trying to do the right thing.
No, he was trying to be a hero.
Russell and I talked about it.
Nozzle. Ever since the existence of you and Russell's operation was revealed to the world, instabilities across the world have gotten worse.
You gotta point out the accountability factors.
Nozzle. When they chant, the people, they don't chant exile. They chant Splinter Badge.
That's they hero. A hero Splinter Badge swore up and down Russell created.
You hear that? You hear what they're saying, Nozzle? Splinter Badge. Splinter Badge. True enough, Russell was innocent and exonerated, but what was the result of that rivalry between the two?
It gave way to Indicidia,
which indoctrinated slavery.
Which is not just a racial concept anymore, but a health epidemic where people have an infatuating addiction to kidnapping and capturing people, holding people against their will. Now, after we take down this hub, we gotta figure out how to deal with the next one. The prison complexes, which is a lot more difficult than the sweat houses. Prison industrial complexes have been militarized ever since the Indicidia invasion. Military forces have moved their resources to state penitentiaries, expanding and strengthening the plantations through military might and brutality. Well, now there's recently been a hunger strike with the inmates.
And taking down the prison complexes are not a simple action.
But it is direct, and they militarizing. Well, that's Hesna's goal, his vision of a militarized prison complex so he could validate the responsibility.
Ego complex.
The militarization of the prison institution through slavery, converting inmates into soldiers. Which is why we have a lot of work ahead of us.
What is it?
Al-Kai.
I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Can't take. What you can't take?
Rates are going up, my insurance analytics are dropping, and my assets are becoming worthless.
So what you having trouble taking?
I'm having trouble accepting what's happening to me.
Your ass ain't really took nothing.
Oh, wait!
Shouty! Highly unlikely.
But what do I owe the visit? Yo, dog. This your friend?
Nah, Negro, your buster ass ain't gonna sit there and talk about me like you on some thermal shit. Excuse me!
That's what I'm asking you.
Then be clear.
Glad to see you assume less.
I'm just trying to get some clarity. So what can I do for you? You wanna sit?
Nah, I'm good. We need your help.
Okay. What about?
Traffic jam.
Hey! Grown folks conversation! No, we don't talk about that shit, right?
Unless it benefits you.
Shit, it don't. I mean, this got its advantage. But I got my shit too.
So help us. It ain't gotta get traced back to you.
Shit, who said it would?
Well, it's hard to get away with it today. We just want to make sure after you land the blow it's left of dead.
I appreciate that. But you know how real is.
It ain't hardly anybody friend no more.
I can post up a ton of bullet boys in the 10 feet.
If we set the stage up, we can facilitate the entire breakout.
If you know it's been 5 attacks on prison complexes in the last 3 months, and they can't stop nobody, they ain't got nobody, can't catch nobody, it ain't political, the liberation is vigilante, that's all they know.
We ain't asking you to take down a military fortress, we just trying to get you on board a rescue op.
If you can hit the South Ward, add the other boroughs to the list.
Nah, it's too spread out. The homies at the front door sound the alarm, and the foot soldiers will be there just in time to box everybody in.
And kill us all.
So what you suggest?
In order to make it work, every captive inside needs to be motivated to bum rush simultaneously. I got a contact in the lower grounds. I can have him ready to assist, and yeah, count me in.
MO is in. Working with Zakat seemed a bit way over his head, but he's willing to adjust.
He's got connections in the areas who can infiltrate the shops.
Excellent. They'll be able to tip us off with any prior detail.
Well, I'm sure they'll rotate subjects, making it difficult for any breakout op.
Sentient organic trafficking. That's the thing about the human species. They have fascinations with captivity.
Almost the wrong kind of fetish.
Our people have adopted their own version of detention. The concept of imprisonment is the harvester of fear. Terror is the entrapment of emotion, the representation of powerlessness, especially when forced into a corner with no say in the fate.
And that is now the culture everybody imposes on each other.
Hasn't it always been that way? By the way, DeRosis requests the both of you.
Damn, you talking now? Who knew?
Pat yourselves on the backs, the both of you. Go!